So yesterday I did the cover of Iron Maiden's The Evil That Men Do. And looking back on my youth when I played that song, it was a really interesting song because it gave you a lot of options. Nico McBrain, however you say his name, he has only played double bass on one song according to himself, and it's not that one. And as you know, Iron Maiden uses the Gallop technique a lot. So what you'll notice in this song is that using one single pedal, he does a lot of and that could get real tiring if you're not a single kick person only. Although it's good to learn that kind of double shuffle with one foot, it doesn't really have the full third note of a triplet in there. It's kind of a double. I suppose you could probably add the third one if you have a really flexible foot and kicker. And I'll try it right now. I'll go slow. See, it's on that third one is where you kind of lose it a little bit, unless you've got, like I said, a really flexible foot or a kicker. And I don't honestly think he's doing triplets. I think he's doing doubles. But what you can do with the double kicker or two bass drums is you could actually do that gallop along with the bass player, and it's kind of fun. That song is cool because you can kind of jump back and forth maybe on the verse and kind of do the and then when you get over to the chorus, if you want to make it bigger, you can get onto the double kicker and weird motion if you're used to doing that kind of a thing, and it's kind of similar to the Alex Van Halen shuffle. So it's kind of a combination between the straight double bass and the Alex Van Halen shuffle, and it's kind of a difficult gallop. It's a gallop. So you got to kind of start slow and work your way up. So I remember when I was young, I literally did that for who knows how long, probably hours, to get used to not hitting that left foot on the offbeat, right? So the other thing that's kind of cool too is if you lose it, or if you just want to mix it up, you can do the double in there too. And the difference in that and the Alex Van Halen shuffle is that you're actually hitting it after the snare instead of what's cool about that song, once you get those pieces together, you can do. So you can actually do some straight double bass in there too, if you want to add that in. The other thing that Nico does, is he does some straight. If you notice in there, he's not always doing that. So anyway, this was not a lesson per se, it was just more or less a discussion and I'd be interested to hear what you think. A lot of purists think if you're going to cover Nico in that song, that you got to stick with one pedal. I've seen other covers of this song where they're doing one pedal, and I was never that kind of person where I wanted to straight copy somebody else. I wanted to add things to my repertoire that was different. Sorry, asthma. And with the double pedal or the double bass option, it seems to me like you might as well try to do some things that are more your style. And I've not seen a lot of people do gallops on double pedals. You hear a lot of stuff, kind of things like that in between beats. But I have not heard a lot of other drummers do. But that's my discussion of the Gallop. And it could have been used on a lot of other songs too, to kind of beef up his bass guitar. Although with the double in there, it also gives more room for the bass player maybe to stand out a little bit. What's your thoughts on that? Does a double bass triplet, or not triplet, but a Gallop, make that sound beefier? Or does it not allow Steve Harris to stand out on his own? I kind of like doing a little bit of everything in there just to make it fun. So your thoughts are appreciated.